Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite, and today's date is January 8th. It is 7 o'clock p.m. And I'm going to be going over my current portfolio. This is something that I want to start doing on a monthly basis. I actually plan on creating a fund, and so I want to simply track the performance of a lot of my coins. And so I figured, why not do that and then throw it up on YouTube, for everybody to see. Just more transparency, just better for the community, just better for everybody. So the thing that I use to track my portfolios is called ThreeCommas. So if you click the link in the description below, you'll see that there is a link to my free Discord. And in there, you could click on the resources channel right here and go to number 8. And what this says is that whether you're actively trading or passively trading, there is one software that, in my opinion, is an absolute must-have. It's called ThreeCommas, and it lets you do everything that you want and need to do in order to trade effectively. I cannot stress this software enough. I chart everything in TradingView, and then to actually input my trades, I use ThreeCommas. ThreeCommas also keeps track of my average buy price for my trades and my investments. Very important. It's not an exaggeration to say that ThreeCommas single-handedly saved my trading career and took it to an entirely new level. Every single trade I do is done through ThreeCommas, and it is hands down the best trading software I've ever purchased. So if you go to the Discord group for free, click on resources, you go scroll up or scroll down to number 8, and you'll see ThreeCommas. You can save 10% off your subscription by signing up through this link. Click that button, and you will head over to ThreeCommas. The thing that I love about ThreeCommas is that it categorizes all of your different accounts by the different API connections that you have inside ThreeCommas, inside the software. So basically, you can have an account on Coinbase Pro, an account on KuCoin, or multiple KuCoin accounts. You could have an account on Binance, and you could have an account on Kraken, and then you just simply connect the APIs to ThreeCommas, and it aggregates everything for you into this really, really nice dashboard. So for this example, I have KuCoin, and this is one of my accounts that I am basically using as my investment account. So I have a trading account and I have an investment account. And my investment account isn't just a buy and hold. My investment account is actually a buy and then do long-term swing trades and hold it only if it goes down. I'll be an investor. If it goes down, that's fine, because I believe in the fundamental tenets of each project that I am a part of in here. But this account right here is simply like my investment / long-term swing trading account. And then I have other accounts such as my other KuCoin account or my Kraken account where I do actual trades. And so I take the different percentages that I have in here, and it actually tells you the different percentages that you have. So let me go to that screen. At the top, it gives you the breakdown of all of your portfolios put together, so the aggregate account balance of all the things that you have, and then it tells you the different tokens that you have and your, share in each token. And now I definitely will say that this right here is not an accurate presentation of my personal balance, just myself. This is all of the portfolios aggregated together, and these are many different portfolios. So don't pay attention to this. What I do is I actually put my portfolio, I go by them I go into them one by one, and I put it into a spreadsheet. And so this right here is the spreadsheet, and this is me taking into all of my different accounts. So I have my account 1, which is my longer term swing trading account. Then I have my account 2, which is another longer term swing trading account, except it's strictly for quant. I did do the same thing for DOT. I had a long-term swing trading account for DOT. Then I have my interest accounts like Celsius Network, BlockFi, that give you interest, or that give you loans. And so I have loans that I take out using my cryptocurrency as collateral, and I use those accounts for that. And then I have other accounts that aren't actually on ThreeCommas because they don't link up to ThreeCommas, but they are on different exchanges or they're my wallets or whatever. and I have different coins on that. And I did this literally just last month. I did this December 22nd, so not too long ago. I did add a couple things, but like I'm really trying to just be consistent with not even just posting, but just keeping up with like every single coin that I have, and like staying completely on top of my portfolio. And also what I want to do is I want to add the charts to each of these different cryptocurrencies, and see what happens. So I'm going to update this real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all of the different coins from my longer term investment / swing trading account right here. You can see I have a ton of Cadena right now. I also have a significant amount of Tether that I'm still in because I need money to, average in. And then I have Vectorspace AI, Glitch, QRDO, Terra Luna, Triads, Elon, MNW, which is Morpheus Network. And this is different than what I had before. Everything's a little bit different. Let me just change this real quick. Yeah, everything's a little bit different than what I had before because I took a lot of the coins that I had in certain wallets and I put them on here so that I could put in my sell orders and my rebuy orders using 3Commas. So I always want to have everything automated as much as possible. So if I have coins on an exchange and they're hooked up to 3Commas, I can literally I could input where I want the coins to be sold at, and at the same time where I want to rebuy the coins at to accumulate more. So I could do so much. So I like to have them on exchanges so that I can hook it up to 3Commas and then do it that way. So this is my current portfolio for my long-term swing trade. And this is actually a significantly big account. So KDA is the biggest holding by far, then VXV, Glitch, QRDO, Luna, Triads, Elon, MNW, which is Blocktopia. I don't know why. Blocktopia, aka Block. A lot of these things I got in like super early, and I'm just sort of like waiting. I wasn't in like pre-sale or anything, and I wasn't even like literally the first week or anything like that. I just got in, just randomly, and not even at the best prices, but I still got in because I like the coins. And there's FTT. So the FTT I'm averaging into. A lot of these I'm averaging into. The Truth, UFO, I'm averaging into that. There's Proton, Num, AVAX, Bocek Protocol, Hero, Anchor, Geek, Alliance Block, and Parsec. So these are all of the different coins that I currently have right now in this account. And I go through them, and I will go through the different charts that I put and show you, my thought process of how I go about dealing with drawdowns or losses in this type of regard. And by the way, none of this is advice. This is simply just my personal strategy and what I do, and it's worked pretty well. And it's saved me a lot of money, and it's saved me a lot of headache. It also cost me money though too, because sometimes I'll sell too early and then the coin will pump up. I'm very risk averse. Not like risk averse that I don't go into coins, but I'm pretty risk averse in that I try not to lose, and I try to lose as little as possible. So you'll see that in this video. So let's go to KDA. Bringing up KDA, this was my trade for KDA, right? So I bought it at $10.28, and my plan was to buy it and then simply hold it until it happens here. I don't put stop losses on these type of trades, or because they're not technically well, I guess technically they are trades, but in my mind they're investments. They're long-term investments, and I'm getting this. I got KDA at nearly 68% discount from the very top, if I could get it. I think there it is. Yeah, I got it. Oh, 64% discount from the very top, right? So I got a really good discount. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it here and then determine what happens, whether if it comes up, obviously I'll sell here. If it goes down, I'll have to determine what I'm going to do. And this was on January 6th. So if I press the play button, you can see that it actually fell down. So what I do now is I reevaluate and I say, okay, well, chances are this was actually a really good support level, so it's probably going to come back up and tap it as resistance. So I could choose to set a sell order right here, right where I bought it, and get out at break even, or I could choose to simply hold it, and then if it happens to come up, and reach my original take profit, I could do that as well. For this particular trade / investment and coin, I'm actually going to sell off a portion of what I have. I'm just going to sell off what I bought here because I've actually been buying, I've been buying all over the place, but I'm definitely going to sell off a portion that I bought here at break even so I could free up some more capital just in case it comes up and then happens to fall back down. I would love to get it at somewhere around $6.5, maybe $7. That would be pretty awesome if I could do that. So I'm going to hold on to a portion of my Cadena, a large portion of my Cadena, and I'm going to sell just a small portion right here. And that's usually what I do. I never really, in these type of investments and this particular account, I don't go all in, and I usually don't go all in, usually don't go all out. It's usually portions. And even at the very, very final, area of where I take most of my profit, I will sell 90% and I'll keep a 10% moon bag just in case it keeps on going up for some reason that's like unforeseen. But yeah, so for this particular trade, I'm going to take some of what I have and I'm gonna sell it here just so I could free up some capital, because I'm always looking to free up some capital. And until we get until we get like a pretty big confirmation that the bottom is in, which I'm looking at total market cap, I'm looking at dominance levels, I'm looking at a whole bunch of things to determine that, and obviously market sentiment, all this stuff, and a lot of factors. Once I figure that out, once I figure out when I think we bottomed, like for real, like definitely I have high conviction, then I'll probably, put in a lot more into this account, even though this, like I mentioned, this account is pretty big right now. But yeah, let me just input that into the trade and to sell it where I bought it, just so I could get out and have some capital to work with. Okay, so I just did that, and that's KDA. For the other KDA that I'm holding on to, I am not planning on selling it until it comes back up here, and then I'm gonna rebuy it 10% lower. Like I said, I'll hold this for years. Like I don't care. I literally, the money that I put into this account, I don't consider it gone, but I do consider it pretty much gone. I consider it like I will not have money in here fully deployed if I really, really need it for anything serious in my life, or any investments, any other investments I'm doing, or anything I need in real life. This account is not really for that. This is my long-term investment. Set it and forget it, or not really set and forget it, but set it and don't really have stops set in place. But I'm able to take large drawdowns, and then like I did right here, I'll get out on a pump back up. And next up we have Tether. So obviously there's nothing you can really do with Tether except for deploy it. After that we have Vectorspace AI. And for Vectorspace I created this chart December 10th, 2021. I wonder if it was on KuCoin at this time. I'm not really sure, but I do know that using CoinMarketCap, charts.cointrader.pro, which is what this website is, you create charts using all of the data. So I was thinking it was going to come down to $4 and then go right below $4, or a little bit below, like $4 above $3, in between 3 and 4, hesitate there for a minute, consolidate, and then sort of like go up from there, and in February, March, whenever, right? So I grabbed some down here, and I'm just holding on to it. I'm just going to hold on to it because I sort of expect it to come down. Hopefully it doesn't go all the way down to like $1 or something crazy, because I'm just going to lose my money if that happens. However, this is a long-term project. multi-year project. It's going to take years and years and years. So like I mentioned, I don't really look at the money. For fundamental plays, the only thing that changes that should dictate your decision on whether or not you pull out would be whether or not the fundamentals change. That's what the fundamental plays are, right? So using fundamental analysis, if that's what you're doing, what's the different, like, are the team members still there? Is the CEO still there? Are the objectives the same? Is the company still together? Are they still working on stuff? Are they expanding? Like, look at all of the fundamental stuff, and if nothing negative has happened, then there's no point in selling. That's what some of the best investors in the world did with Tesla. They invested into it and they waited years and years and years and years. I think they were at a loss or at no gain for 7-8 years, and in 1 year, it did more than anything else in their portfolio by drastic amounts. So that's what I'm hoping VXV does. I'm hoping, from around the $4 to $5 mark, $4, $5, $6, $7. I got an all around there. It ends up not just doing a 3x or 4x, but honestly, like, if we look at it like this, I really hope that it could go up to 100. Like, why not? Or possibly even, if this really works, like if Vectorspace AI really goes forth, then by the next bull market, like bull cycle, big super cycle type deal, why can't this be $400? Why can't this be 100x? This should be 100x from here. Of course, like, if we got it back in 2020 or 2019, this coin has been around for quite a while, but imagine if you got it in January of 2020, 26,000%, and that wasn't even at the high, right? So it's all about having conviction and staying with it in the fundamental plays. So yeah, I could totally see this being a 10,000 percent gains from here. So I'm going to be holding on to VXV. I don't think I'm going to be selling it. Or I guess I take that back. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be selling it at 13.78, simply because that's a major resistance right here. You could see that was obviously like where the first major resistance is. And also I'll sell some right here at $24.59 because that's right below where it was when it got listed on KuCoin. So obviously there's a big resistance there. But I'll probably sell it here, and I'll try to rebuy some here, and then I'll sell it here, and I'll definitely be rebuying it lower. So yeah, there's a couple plays in with VXV, but I'm not really going to be selling. I'm not going to be selling it at a loss. I am at a loss right now with VXV because obviously it's at like all-time lows. And I mean, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to lose a lot of money, but that's just the name of the game. And I mean, Cardano, ADA, that went from $2-3, I believe. No, it must have been $1.40. I think it was $1.40, or maybe it was $1.20, all the way down to 3 cents. So it went from $1.20 down to 3 cents, and I thought it was dead. I thought it was dead, and I sold it. And like, I'm pretty sure Charles Hoskinson was just like riding a freaking horse on a ranch back in 2018. I don't know what he was doing. People say he was working, but I could have sworn that I saw his Twitter, and he was doing some ranch gardening or something, or just learning to ride cows or something like that. I don't know what it was, but hopefully VXV could end up doing what Cardano was doing and came back from the dead from 3-4 cents and went all the way up to, what did it go up, $3? So yeah, that was 100x. So why can't VXV do that as well, especially with what they're trying to take on and how fundamentally strong it is. Plus it has the community of like TikTok and everything like that too. So not like that's the biggest deal in the world, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, this is the chart that I just made for VXV. Basically, I'll sell it right here because of the first major resistance. I'll buy it back about 15% lower, and then I will sell the remaining, or I'll sell it back at $24. I'll probably have to sell it a little bit earlier than that, probably 23.50, and then once I do that, then I will rebuy it, and I'll have to determine where I'm going to rebuy it based off of the Fibonacci structure, but it hasn't happened yet. So this is my game plan for VXV. All right, so after VXV, we have Glitch. So let me get that up. Okay, so Glitch, this is actually a perfect example of what I talk about when I say that I might, a lot of the times, and on these things, on these investments, I don't actually use stop losses, but the vast majority of the time, I actually get out with a small profit, even if it dips a lot below my buy zone, and Glitch is a perfect example of that. So I actually made this chart, and let me just preface this with, like, I'm not saying do this. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just saying this is what I do. And so let me just preface this. I made this chart November 24th. Remember, everything was going down in November. Most everything was going down in November, starting from literally the 9th or 10th, and that's the same thing with Glitch. It was going down. So I saw it was going down, so I took the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. I said, okay, it did this little move right here, this little maneuver. I've seen this plenty of times, so I'm pretty sure the 78.6 is what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to come back down and then bust through this support line right here, and then hit the 78.6 and then bust up from there. Well, if we press the play button, you can see that didn't happen. It actually fell straight all the way through, back nearly 100% retrace, and then, came back up to the to my entry. And if I zoom in perhaps a little bit, will be more easy to see. So I bought it right here, right? And it literally wicked all the way down. This was on the 4th. Yeah, this was on the 4th when everything when everything crashed. And then came all the way back up to my buy zone, right? So I actually did not sell it here because this was just a simple wick, and it wicked all the way back up. So I said, okay, this is a wick. And then it ended up falling below right here. It ended up wicking below again, and then it fell below and it closed below. So when it closed below there, I was like, okay, this is not good. So that's when I could say, okay, I'm going to sell my Glitch for 1 or 2% profit, or break even, whichever one. I usually like to do like 1%, take 1% above where I enter, just to cover fees and stuff like that. And I'll do that. And you know what? Even if I did that and it didn't hit right here, and then it didn't hit right here, it eventually did hit. It eventually hit right here, at $1.25, when this came all the way up to $1.40, right? And I was able to get out, so I could get out, right? And then comes back down, and then I buy it again. So that's how, once again, that's how I do my investment stuff. For my trading strict trading, sometimes I do this, but that's not really trading. Mostly all the time I have a set stop and everything like that. But like I said, these are for long-term investments. So let's go into the actual chart of Glitch. If we click right here, you could see that Glitch came all the way. Glitch had a huge run up, an absolutely awesome run up, 1,600% run up, and now it is, it has fallen 80%, right? Is it going to recover? I'm not sure, but I sure hope it does. It seemed to be one of the more fundamentally strong plays, but who knows? There's a million things that could happen. I'm actually going to have to go through. I haven't even what do you call it? Rinsed up, is that the saying? I don't know. I haven't caught up on the fundamental news of Glitch, so I'm gonna have to go through and for all of these coins that I'm going over right now, go back and continually check the fundamentals, because like I said earlier, if the fundamentals change, then I would probably just try to sell it as soon as possible at whatever resistance, whatever first resistance there is. But if the fundamentals hasn't changed, then I'll keep it. And so I'm looking at Glitch. And honestly, if Glitch does fall all the way back down here, like this would be the buy area to average down. However, I do have a pretty significant position already, so I don't know if I'm really gonna do that, but I'm pretty sure by the time it comes down here, I would maybe I would have made some money by shorting or by having some other plays in the market. Who knows? If I made some more money, then maybe I will allocate it towards this to help lower my average buy-in price, and pending that the fundamentals haven't changed. Okay, so I actually switched up a little bit here. I'm going to be selling 80% at about $2.50, right? 2.51. And I'm going to try to rebuy it at 1.26. I'm going to see if that happens. If we're in a really big bull run, it's not going to happen. But I'm comfortable holding 20% as a moon bag. I just want to take my 80% profit up here. This is what I'm personally doing. You know, other people, they put in smaller amounts of money, or they put in money that they're willing to basically hold forever, and like that's totally cool too. I'm fine with that if that's what you want to do. For me, I like taking my profits and then trying to rebuy it and increasing my bag. But what I do is, and also there's other coins that I more like fundamentally confident in, that I'm more confident in. So if there are certain coins that I'm not as confident in, I will take my profits from them and I will move them into coins that I'm more confident in. And that's sort of like the name of the game with how I personally manage my portfolio. So this is the game plan. Hopefully we get another bull market, comes back up, does a solid 5x, and then falls back down, and I could get more, and then it pumps up another 10x or whatever, and Glitch just keeps on rocking the world. Next up on the list is QRDO. Okay, so for QRDO, I had my initial buy right here, and my initial sell. Actually, my initial buys were, I believe right here and here and here. I believe somewhere. I don't know exactly where they were. Yeah, I bought a long time ago, but basically I was waiting for something to happen for me to give a top signal, and otherwise I was just gonna sell it all right here, right? And so I had the game plan to sell 95% right here, and then I was going to wait until some type of formation happened, and this formation happened. So I was like, okay, cool. It topped out at around $9.77. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it early at $8.77. And, that's a solid 10% lower. And then the price ended up dropping and hitting a good buy area, and then coming all the way up, and it literally just missed my take profit by 3 or 4%. So that was super annoying. And now it's like, okay, if we press play, the price dropped all the way back down to just above the buying a big bag area, the big bag area, basically good buy zone right here. It's probably a little bit lower, to be honest. It's probably more around 3.9 rather than 4.3. I would just want to front run it a little bit, but this remains the same. I'm going to be selling here at around 8.865, and I'm going to aim to rebuy at 6.9, which is going to be right around this area. And then once I rebuy it, then I will, put a sell order in for up here at $19. However, if we get some price action that makes me believe that it will act in a certain way, then I will try to play whatever price action I see. After that, we got Luna, Terra Luna, a lot of people's favorite coin. Okay, so for Luna was actually one of my best plays of the year. I bought it somewhere around here, rode it all the way up, sold it right here at $94, and basically rebought it back at $77. So that worked out really, really well. And now I could pretty much sell it at $77 and get be in profit because I was still in major profit from this huge run up and from this sell and rebuy. So yeah, I will probably do that. Let me go into the charts really quickly and see if there's anything I could do that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so I am looking at the charts right now for Luna, and I do really like this play right here. Buy at 62, 63, buy at 63, sell around 75. for a nice 20% gain. Hopefully this plays out. I don't know if it's going to just pop up to it right now because we did have the wick right here, or if it's going to come back down, give us another chance, and then pop back up. But either way, this is going to be what I'm going to be basing the Terra Luna that I have on. So I'm going to put a sell order in at $74.50 just to, make sure I get some profits in. Even though that is a little bit lower than the $77 that I sold it at, or that I rebought it at. However, look at this. This is some major resistance right here. I just want to make sure I get in below $75. So or get out below $75. So I want to get out $74.50. So I'll put a sell order for $74.50. And if it happens to come back down to $63 before then, I'll actually have another trade that I'll do, and I'll put this on as a totally new trade and maybe combine the two. And that's going to be my game plan for Luna for sure. And yeah, so now I have the order in for Luna. And so I'm going to sell what I have right here, and I'm going to try to rebuy it right here and do the play. Hopefully I could get the play. Hopefully I could get it to do it twice. And let me get the little arrow thing. Yeah, so hopefully it comes like this. Boom, sell, comes back down. Boom, buy it. Boom, comes back up, sell it again. And then after that, I'm going to have to determine like whether to get it or not. But like I mentioned before, I don't go all in or go all out in these positions. Let's say I have 20 grand in Luna. If it comes up here, then what I'll do is I'll sell 15,000 of that, and then I'll keep 5 just in case it goes on some stupid moon mission, right? And then it'll come back down, and I'll grab back what I can, everything that I sold. So that's basically how I am playing this right here. And so let's go on to the next one. All right, so next on the list is Triads, and let me, I actually just did this earlier, so it'll be super quick. Okay, so Triads is actually one that I've been buying for quite a while now. I actually bought it here, I bought it here, I bought it here, I bought it here. I've just been buying, and I actually had one half of my final buy for my long-term investment portfolio hit today, although it didn't get filled totally because the price didn't stay there for that long and there wasn't enough buying pressure, or selling pressure for my buys to get filled. And so yeah, this is a project that I wrote a little bit about it right here. Basically, to me, it seems like it's fundamentally strong. Seems like it's still under the radar. It has 70 plus team members. It has 50 plus engineers, 20 plus PhDs and master graduates, and 40 plus patents. And a lot of the core members of the team graduated from Oxford, London School of Economics, Peking University, and they work for Intel and Oracle and Alibaba and the Royal Bank of Canada and China Aerospace and all this other stuff, right? So it seems pretty darn fundamentally strong to me, which is why I bought it. I thought, you know what, this is probably going to be one of those coins that bounces back. Fingers crossed. So looking at this, I have my entry. I'm still down. I'm about 30% down. So yeah, so I bought it. My average buying price is right around $9.30. It's pretty much my average buying price. And yeah, I'm pretty darn sure it's going to pop back up to here. So I could get out if I wanted to over here at break even. But just like VXV, I'm going to hold this one. And I'm going to wait until it comes back up here, which is the 61.8 of this move from basically from the top to the bottom. It makes more sense if I do it like this. From the top to the bottom, 61.8 is right here. So I will sell it just below that. And then I'll try to rebuy it right here. And that's going to be my game plan, is basically just like try to do that, try to sell it, rebuy it, sell it, rebuy it, and then sell like 90% at the highs, probably a little bit below the highs. So I'll bring this down a little bit. We'll sell, and I'll say we'll sell 90%, where is there you go. 90% here after I rebuy, and then rebuy it 10% lower. Well, wait a minute. We'll sell 90% here. Let me rephrase this. I will sell 80% here and leave a moon bag for the rest. Yeah, and that's actually going to be my real what I'm actually going to be doing. So let me publish this, and that's going to be Luna, or I mean that's going to be Triads. All right, so next up we have Doge Elon Mars, or Elon, and this was one that I had on my MetaMask, and I transferred over here. In fact, a lot of these I actually had on my MetaMask, and I transferred over, which is why the portfolio changed from December to January. I tried to move it over while Ethereum was at the lows to try to make the gas fees as low as possible. Okay, so Elon for me is actually really simple because I bought Elon, I don't know, sometime over here, or I'm not even sure, but I bought it a fairly long time ago, right? And it blew up, did really well, so that was awesome. I did not take any profits. In fact, I completely forgot about it until finally I remembered it somewhere, like obviously like down here or something like that. So what I did was I put it on KuCoin because it got listed on KuCoin, and I put 3 different sell orders in, one right here, one right here, and one right here. As you could see, this sell order did hit, which was great, and I had enough. I was pretty sure that this one hit too, or at least my second one hit. Maybe I just took my profits again for what I was gonna do. This one I just did down here, but like regardless, I did this. I took my profits, and now I have this one. So I'm just waiting because I took a lot of profits on this already. So I'm in the green. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to come back up here, and then I'll sell. So I already have that in the books, so I'm good with that. All right, so next up is Morpheus Network. If you know me or have been following me for a while, you'll know that Morpheus Network is actually one of my most it's my top 3. It's my top 3 in terms of long-term investments. There's Quant Network, there's Morpheus Network, and those are really the 2. I need to think of a third one because other than like Ethereum, of course, but yeah, it's Quant and Morph. So I need to go look at the Morpheus Network and see what's up. Okay, so actually Morpheus Network is at a great buy zone right now. Look at this. It's at this huge support right before it took off and did a, what is that? 253% gain. That's pretty epic. So yeah, it's at this huge support level right here. I'm actually going to be adding to my position, definitely adding to my Morpheus position right now at 1.56. And for this one, unlike the other, well, I'm not going to say it's different, but I don't want to sell like all of it up here, like, or maybe I should. Yeah, actually, all right. You know what? I'm buying it here, and 215% gain, just about a 200% gain. I'm gonna sell it right here and aim to rebuy it back, just a bit lower. Maybe if I take the fib, could figure this out right here. If this happens to be the bottom and this happens to be the top, I'll sell it. I'll sell it around like $5, and I'll aim to rebuy it back probably around like $4, and yeah, probably like around $4, and that should give me a solid, an extra 20% more Morpheus Network than what I had before. So that's going to be my game plan for Morpheus Network. All right, guys. Next up on the list is Blocktopia, or Block. Looking at this chart, it's looking like a big L to me. It's down 80% from the highs, and it is not looking like it's it's having any bounce. I really hope that it has a bounce. I would love to have it bounce back up to this zone right around here. Thinking about it though, it's pretty difficult. I'm not sure if it's really going to get there. The good news though is that it did bounce off the 61.8, even though that was not sustained. So the next support is the 78.6, which is right here, which does have the confluence of this past resistance and support. So it's about, but that's still 22% away. So yeah, Block not looking too hot, but I think what I'll do is I will lower my 90% take profit to here, because this is now a new resistance that is, to be honest, fairly significant in my opinion. And also Block doesn't have the, I don't know. I mean, I guess it has, if there's another metaverse run up, then Block will probably be part of that. So I'm not discounting it at all, but it did have like some crazy hype and go on this huge, huge run up of nearly 1,500% in just a matter of, in October to in 1 month, 1,500% in 1 month, which is absolutely nuts. So Blocktopia, it's definitely something that I need to continue to keep an eye on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lot of profit here. And then in case we get this like mania phase for metaverse plays, that's when I will take 90% up here. And then I'll try to rebuy a lot of it back lower. But this one, I'm not as confident in it as I am on the other ones. Let's just say that this happens to be the bottom right here, and then this happens to be the top. I'd probably be buying back in right around here at 0.098, because that is not only the 38.2, but also the previous resistances and supports and stuff like that. So yeah, I would sell a little bit here, sell some more here, and then try to rebuy it back here. Okay, so now that we got Blocktopia done, let's go on to Woo Trade, one of my favorites. And this is actually probably the third favorite. So it was Quant Network, then Morpheus Network, and probably Woo Trade is my third. Okay, so for Woo Trade or Woo Network, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to sell about 60% of what I have here, maybe a little bit more. I have some of my Woo Network is being staked, so I can't sell that, and I don't want to sell it, and I just want to hold it because I don't want to make the same mistake that I made with Solana with Woo Network. And so I'm holding this, and I will sell a lot of it here because this is obviously a huge top, and this is sort of like some other coins that I've seen where it had this huge wick down and then it crashed from here. So I'm gonna hold on to this, sell it here, and then I'm going to try to rebuy what I sold here. I'm still holding a lot, though, so if I don't get this rebuy, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world because I'll just rotate that into other coins. But yeah, that's going to be my game plan for Woo. And then if it happens to come back down to like 45 cents or something like that, I really doubt that it will, to be honest. But if it does, then I'm going to check the fundamentals, and I'm going to see if anything has changed. If nothing has changed, then I'm going to buy more. So that was Woo, and now we got FTT. I like FTT because it's a exchange token for FTX, and I think FTX is going to do really well. You could see on my ThreeCommas inside of my personal dashboard here that I bought it originally at around $43, just a small amount, and then I increased my buy at $37, and then I increased and I bought it more at $35. So I'm continuing to buy, and I have another order set at $34. And every single time that I buy, I increase the amount that I buy, which lowers my average buy-in price. And that ends up being really, really good because then you get a lower average buy-in price, and then you could sell it for bigger gains. So yeah, I'm really just continuing to average in to FTT. I'm not stopping. I'm not. It's, let's say you have $10,000 and I'm putting the equivalent of, like, let's say $100 in, at the first level, and then $200 in at the second level, and then $400 in at the next level, and maybe even less than that, to be honest. It's like I'm not putting in insane amounts of my portfolio into here, or is it really any coin, unless I'm super confident in it. And I'm just continuing to lower my average buying price for FTT, just like I am for many other coins. If you go to the chart and look at it on the weekly, you could see that there's this very, very, very clear support down here at $26. So I did, I've been buying here, I've been buying here, and I'm going to continue to buy very small amounts. But if it does come down to $26, I'm definitely going to be going in a lot heavier because that's such a good support, and it's the ideal buy zone, to be honest. So I'm going to just be doing this, and you could say $23, $24, $25, whatever. I'm just going to get in at 25, 26 because I want to front run all this stuff. And then I'm going to sell 10% here because this is the clear weekly resistance. So let me just write that down. I'm going to say this is the weekly resistance. So sell 10%. And then this is another, you know what? I'm going to actually bring this down. I'm going to say weekly resistance, and then I'm going to sell 20% up here, and then I will have this be the top, previous top, sell 20% here. So I'm going to be scaling out. I'm going to be scaling out of my FTT position just the same way how I'm scaling in. And this is a really great way to take advantage of a lot of different coins and still, make sure that you get some profits. I've done this on mostly every coin where I will scale out, and a lot of times I never reach my highest scaling out position, my highest take profit. But because I did scale out on the way up, when it drops, I have that capital there to be able to buy more. So I'm gonna be doing that with this. I've already bought it. I have another buy like right around here. And then after that, I'm going to wait for $25, $26, and then I'm going to buy more. And then I'm going to set all of these sell orders in for FTT. Yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, so after FTT, the next thing that I have in my portfolio in terms of amounts is Bitcoin, but it's a longer term. Bitcoin I sort of use in this account just to trade coins that are only tradable against Bitcoin. So I'm not really going to do that, but we do have UFO, the Truth, which is the gaming token, one of the gaming tokens that really blew up a while ago. And if it has as much hype around it later on when the gaming tokens really blow up again as it had last time, then it should do really, really, really well. So let's go into the Truth UFO. All right, so we could see that obviously it had this insane run up of 18,000%, 1,800%, or maybe even 2,000% from the September lows. And now it's on its way back down. It just broke the head and shoulders formation. So I'm really trying to get into UFO. I think right here would be a really great spot, even though this is really the most ideal spot down here. I'll be fine getting in right here at 0.00001, or I really should say 0.0001081, because without the 0 and the 8 right here, it might not hit just 1,00000, because that's such a big round number. So it's important to be a little bit above the big round numbers. So I'm gonna have this be my buy zone. And so yeah, for UFO, I'm going to buy here, and then I'm going to take 30% of my profits at the bottom of this huge head and shoulders pattern, right? Because that's obviously a big resistance at that point. And then I'm going to take 30% of my profits at the top of this huge head and shoulders pattern, because that's another huge resistance point. Look at all this resistance. And then so I'll be 60% out of my entire play of UFO by the time it reaches here. Then I'm going to take another 30% profit here. I'm not going to wait until the very top. I'm going to take 30% well below the top at this level right here. And I'm going to have 10% of my initial investment that I bought down here. I'm going to leave 10% and let it ride until there's some type of huge euphoria, and then I'll take the rest out. All right, so now we got UFO out of the way. Let's go on to XPR. So I actually have quite a substantial amount of Proton XPR, and I bought a lot right here, and then I bought a lot down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be selling 50% once it reaches this high. If we go to the weekly, I might even want to come down here and sell 50% here. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say this is the weekly high, right? So let me do that. And I'm going to sell 50% here at the weekly high. And then I could, sell some more right here at this weekly high. And then going into the daily, we have the daily high, Oops, excuse me. So I'll say this is the daily all-time high, and I'll sell, 50, 60, 75, 15% here, and I'll sell 15% here, and then I'll keep, I'll be keeping 10% as like a moon bag, because Proton is really good. So at least in my opinion, so I do think it can do very well. But yeah, that's gonna be my longer term targets for Proton, and this is my game plan for Proton. All right, so now that we got Proton done, we're on to Num or Noom. This is the numbers protocol. Wow, what the heck? This is insane. Look at that. $10. So it started off at $10 on KuCoin, and then obviously crashed all the way back down. So this one, let me do this real quick. There's really not much to do with this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell 50% of it right here. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I could just get this a little bit lower, right? Then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the trend-based Fibonacci extension, go from the bottom to the top, back down to the bottom, and then at 100%, I'm going to sell another, I guess, 40% here. Let the rest ride. And I'm going to just let the rest ride till 9.50 because of, the $10 up here. So I'll say 9.50, and then I'll say selling the rest here. Or I don't know if I'm even going to sell the rest. Selling everything I have left. Everything left minus 5% as a moon bag. So I'll keep 5% of this as moon bag if it ever reaches 9.5, which would be pretty damn amazing, because from, $1, that's a 9x, and it's under $1. So fingers crossed, next bull cycle, this will pump up. All right, so now they got numbers done. Let's move on to AVAX, very popular coin. All right, so for AVAX, I've been wanting to buy at $62 since December. Like, I've just been waiting for, it was all the way up at $120, and I was like, literally, I want this at half price, and it seems to be on its way down. I don't know if it will continue to have the support at $78 or not, but if it comes down to $62, I am definitely going to buy it. AVAX is a super popular coin, and I'm going to be buying it at $61, $62, and I'm going to be selling it at $84. So that's a 38% gain right there, and this is something that I am definitely going to be buying because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Actually, I almost want to get it at $51, to be honest. I almost think that I might do 51, but I'm going to do it like this, and hopefully this will work out. So yeah, buy at 62 and sell at 84. If I do the weekly though, let me just check. All right, fine. Maybe I won't sell it at 64. Maybe what I'll do is I will sell it at, sell it at 84. I'll sell it at 82. I'm going to bring my sell down, actually. I'm going to sell here just to be more conservative, because this is going to be a pretty big play for me. So I'm going to be buying a little bit higher. I'm going to be selling a little bit lower. And yeah, I'll be going, all right, heavy into AVAX at 62 if it reaches. So yeah. Okay, so now we did AVAX. Let's go to Bocek Protocol. So Bocek Protocol, I'm sure you guys could relate to this one. Bocek Protocol, I bought such a big bag down here at $1.40, and it did a 3x, and I hardly took any profits at all. Yeah, it went up 195%, and I just took like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of my investment out, maybe a little bit more than that. Not even more than a quarter of my investment out right here. And then right here, I figured, okay, so this was the top, and then this was the second top. So I'm gonna get out a little bit below there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my profit off the table right here. And of course, it never actually got to that level. And that just totally screwed me, because it dropped 65%, 71% from that level all the way back to where I bought it. So really, really disappointed in the fact that I didn't, I guess you could say, manage this trade as well. I mean, these are my longer term investments, so they're not like my trades that I just like actively manage all day. I usually just like buy these and then put in my sell orders, and I try not to actively manage these because I just want them to hit or not. Like, that's it. I just want the big gains or nothing in this account. But yeah, super disappointing. What happens is once things get to around 10% below my take profit, I will have an alert, and it says go manage it, and I'll go in and I'll put a stop loss in, at a key level. So I probably would have put my stop loss in like right here for Boson, and so I would have only got, a 2x on it, but obviously that would have been better than having it fall all the way down. So you live and learn. You can't win all of them, even though I was really even trying to front run these. So that's crazy. But now that this happened, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to front run this, because now this is the major resistance. So I'm going to change my take profit from here to right here. So for Bocek Protocol, what I'm going to do now is I lowered my take profit. I'm going to take 50% of my profits right here at $3.80. And then I will take another 30% of my profits here at $4.62, which is right below this major resistance right here. And I might get back in, I might not. We'll see what happens. And then I will have 80% of my initial capital out, or 80% of all of my capital out of there. And then I will take the rest off the table right here, except I will leave a 5% moon bag just to ride it till, whenever, to either forever or to Hades, or to have it crash. One of the two. It's either going to go to Valhalla, or it's going to go down to the depths of hell from here. Hopefully, if it doesn't just like crash and die out like right now and we have a huge bear market. I'm hoping that's not the case, and this is I do like this project. I think it has good fundamentals, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we just need one more. We just need another like bull cycle, and should do it. So yeah, this is my Bocek analysis. All right, next up is MetaHero, or Hero, an NFT gaming crazy metaverse play for the future. I really think 2022 is going to be a huge metaverse play. I think a lot of the metaverse games and a lot of the metaverse coins are going to do really well. So that's why I have a lot of them in here. So let's go to Hero. Okay, so MetaHero, I don't have that much in MetaHero, but I do think that the potential is huge. So I think that this can easily do a 7x, 8x, and then another, do a 10x, and then potentially if it really catches on and gets a hold of some big names, maybe Microsoft or some 3D companies or some other companies start using the technology that MetaHero has, who knows what could happen with it. So this is like a moonshot bag. Obviously, it's lower down in my portfolio. I don't have as much money in it, but I want to have my money in it just in case something like blows up, So the $83, or excuse me, 84 cents. This is 10x of the opening price. The 10x of 0.084 is 0.84. So I want to get out just below 0.84 because that's 10x of the opening price, and it's just below the it's about 16-17% below the $1 number. So that's a psychologically big number. So I'm gonna get out here for 50%, and then I will keep 30%, and then I'll keep the rest up here. and I'm going to sell 20% up here at $1.40 if it ever reaches there. I'm not saying that this is ever going to reach there, but like if it does, I'll sell 20%, and then I will keep 30% just as like a moon bag for like the long, who knows how long. Okay, so now that we did Hero, let's go on to Anchor Protocol. For Anchor, I bought some right here, and then my second buy order actually just hit right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 50% profit up here because this is obviously a huge resistance, and because my first buy was pretty much right where this was, and my second buy was down here, my average buying price is somewhere around here. So I will be making a profit if I sell right here, which will be great. And then I'll keep the rest to be up here, and I'll sell 45% of the rest up here at this huge resistance. And then I will keep 5% as a moon bag. So yeah, Anchor, super easy. After Anchor, we got Geek. Geek is one that I bought a long time ago on Uniswap. And the only thing that you can really do is like look at it on KuCoin, right? And see like, okay, so this is the major, this is like one of the major resistances, and then this is the other major resistance. So I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to sell it right here at like right below this major resistance because it's pretty obvious, like boom. And I'm just going to sell it here. I'm going to try to rebuy it here. Hopefully, maybe we could do something like this. Yeah, so I'm going to try to rebuy it right at the 38.2, right above there. And yeah, that's going to be Geek. Next up, we got Alliance Block, or ALBT. All right, so for ALBT, this is my game plan. I bought this a long time ago on Uniswap as well. And if it actually comes down to 32 cents, that would be a really good buy, to be honest. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a sell order to sell 20% in right here at this pretty big resistance. This is significant resistance. And then I will sell another 20% here at this another really big resistance. Just lots of wicks up in this area. I'm going to sell 20% up here. And then I will sell 50% if we have another big run up and we get all the way back up to this top. And I'll just keep 10% as a moon bag if we get up here. Okay, and the last coin that we have in the investment / longer term swing trading portfolio account is Parsec. PRQ, Parsec is a great coin in my opinion. Really strong fundamentals, really like it, and it's all the way, it's from 2020, I mean, from December to April, so in just 4 or 5 months, it did 2,000% gains, and now it's almost all the way back down to the, basically where it was before all this started. So as long as the fundamentals don't change, Parsec is still a good coin in my opinion. And so what I would want to do is I'll look at the weekly and I'll say, all right, so this is the weekly high right here. So I'll get just below the weekly high and I'll say weekly high. I need to figure out where else the big highs are. So right here, this is a huge resistance. I will take 40%, 40% profits here. And then I'll say weekly all-time high, really, actually, all-time high. Taking 40% profits here, letting the last 20% ride as a moon bag. So that's what I'm going to do for Parsec. And this is, let's go back to the daily. Let's go back like this. And this would be the ideal buy zone for Parsec. So yeah, unless something fundamental has changed with Parsec, this is going to be the game plan. Put on the 2 days so that, I could have a better picture. But yeah, this is going to be it. So let me just copy paste and get this. Actually, you know what? This should be down here. Let's be real here. This should be down here and this should be red. So boom, red. If I could, and then copy paste and then boom. So there you go. So I will do that. And actually, I'm going to lower this just a tad. I'm going to have this be on the daily. So there you go. That is Parsec. And so guys, that's going to do it for this video. We went through all of my long-term swing trades in my investment portfolio that I am, totally okay holding these for a very, very, very long time. Even if they crash 90%, fingers crossed, they come back and they make, big returns. I'm going to be having videos that are dedicated to going over every single one of these in terms of the fundamentals. So look out for that. And then I'll also have videos going over some other accounts and just like as much as I can. So I hope you really understood, or I hope you got a glimpse, or you did get a glimpse into how I trade, how I go about basically managing my portfolio, trying to take profits along the way, where I take my profits, where I buy in, how I average down, and just like a whole bunch of different things. This is just my personal strategy. So like I've said before, this is not investment advice. It's not financial advice. This is just literally what I do. This is what I'm doing. I'm just sharing this with you because I believe that I think that I have a pretty solid approach that has a really good reward to risk benefit like analysis. And so I just wanted to share that. Oh, and also, if you want all of the charts that I just went over, you could see in the Crypto Elite VIP, I do have all of these charts. I post all of them up, and I go into the charts and I put the alerts in. So whenever, let's say Proton, whenever Proton reaches this weekly high and I sell it, an alert will go off right in the alert section, right here. And the alert will go off and it'll say, okay, I'm selling it. So you'll get alerted to know when I'm selling it or when I'm buying things. So if you want to know exactly when I'm buying and exactly when I'm selling, you could join the VIP, and that's in the link below. Also, if you want to, get a deeper dive into how I actually do these trades and how I do think about all this stuff, you could check out the course by going to cryptoelite.com. If you head over, you could even go to the absolutely free Discord, and under resources, it has the course over there. So cryptoelite.com, that looks like this. And right now it is only $4.97. So that's literally super cheap for what you're getting. Trust me on this one. But I am updating it constantly, and I will be updating it, like having a major update this year. And when that happens, I'm definitely bumping the price up, because this, like, the info that I give in here is like insane. Like, I've taken a lot of courses. I spent thousands of dollars on courses. I bought a course for $2,000, and there's more stuff in this one. So I'm just saying this has a lot of alpha in it. So hope you guys enjoyed all of that, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Bye.